Hello there and welcome to CoreTV News and are with me, Sabena Izuku. The People's Democratic Party has warned some ex-militants who have been threatening violence if President Goodluck Jonathan loses the February 14th presidential election to stop doing so. The party warned them to realize that the president remains the president of all Nigerians irrespective of their tribe, region and religious belief. National Publicity Secretary of the party, Olisa Metu, stated this in an interview with a group of journalists in Abuja on Friday. Amongst those who have made such threats were former president, leader of Movement for the Emancipation of Niger Delta Government, Ekpemupulu Tompulu, and the leader of the Niger Delta People Volunteer Force, Dokubo Asari. But Metu, in his reaction, says such comments by the party supporters must stop, warning that the president, who is an Ijaw man like these ex-militants, must not be labeled as the president of the Ijaws. And away from that, Governor Leah Imoke of Cross River State has promised President Goodluck Jonathan the state will give him 1.1 million votes in February 14 polls. Imoke made the promise on Friday during the People's Democratic Party presidential rally in Calabar. Imoke, who doubles as South-South coordinator of the PDP presidential campaign organization, says the state will mobilize all its supporters to ensure that President Jonathan is re-elected. According to Imoke, Jonathan deserves a second term in office due to his outstanding performance in his first term. Also speaking, Benedict Ayade, the PDP governorship candidate in the state, also assured Jonathan of victory in the state. He also urged those yet to collect their permanent voters' card to do so, saying it is the only tool to be used in re-electing Jonathan. And away from that, the National Association of Nigerian Traditional Medicine Practitioners in Ekiti State has warned politicians against bloodshed in the coming elections. The association also appealed to clerics to stop prophesying doom for the country, a situation it says can further ignite tension and cause chaos in the polity. At the maiden meeting of 2015 held in Ado-Ekiti on Friday, over 4,000 members across the 16 local government areas of the state converged to offer prayers and endorse Jonathan's re-election bid. Briefing newsmen in Ado-Ekiti, the state chairman of NAM-TMP, Jacob Orishamike, says Jonathan is a humble person who can be trusted with power. He also expressed worries over the doom before prophesied by religious leaders. The association urged Nigerians, regardless of faith, to continue to pray for the survival of the country. And as the presidential election gradually draws near, the campaign train of the All Progressive Congress for the election came to Lagos with a promise by the presidential candidate of the party, Muhammadu Buhari, to make education the cornerstone of his administration. He also promised to fight corruption and insecurity. Kazim Kasali's report on the rally is presented from our studio.
With the stadium filled to capacity and the surrounding areas also not left out, the presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari, his running mate Yemi Osibanjo, and other APC leaders had a hectic time getting into the Teslim Balogun Stadium, venue of the rally. And with the crowd also defying the drenching rain to converge for the rally, the stage was set for the event in the party's spiritual home of Lagos. But when it was time to talk, host Governor Babatunde Fashola took the stage first. He says the federal government has failed in its promises to Lagos and Nigerians.
In 2011, President Jonathan came to Lagos and promised that he will construct the road leading to the Murtala Mohammed International Airport. Dear people of Lagos, has that road been constructed?
Others who took to the stage to talk about the APC's presidential bid say the time for change to save Nigeria and preserve its unity is now.
But within the 6 years of his presidency, the whole chunk of Nigeria is out of Nigeria. Do you want them to continue? I think the challenge for Nigeria today is about creating jobs
jobs. Those jobs will not be created through token policies. We need government that will put in place a coherent industrial policy. When I become president in 2015, I will do something. Call him. His name is I will do president.
National leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, while speaking to the crowd, says there is never a leader for all times, but a leader for the time. He says the story of Nigeria is comparable to many other nations who have faced similar challenges. He ordered that Buhari is the man to stop the rot that has set in and the failure of government at the federal level.
We face a lot of challenges. Some of them, they have forgotten that when South Africa was in great dilemma, I was about to disintegrate. Who do they call? Mandela of 70 more years.
With the stage set for him to speak, Buhari was preceded by his running mate Yemi Osibanjo, flanked by his wife. Buhari says Nigeria will be great and that his government will bequeath a legacy of education to the Nigerian youths.
Afraid. Some people are afraid. The only reason why they are afraid is because they fear that corruption will end. Whatever we are able to say, we will put it mostly in education. Build schools, equip them, get qualified teachers. No nation can give its people anything better than education. When people are educated, there is a level of incompetence of government or anybody they will accept.
The rally also witnessed the presence of major Nollywood stars who endorsed the candidature of Buhari and also thrilled the crowd.
The presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, has said that the superior programs that his party has to end the current spate of insecurity, corruption, and pave the way for massive infrastructure development of Nigeria if elected. Buhari stated this at the palace of Oba of Lagos, Ruwa Babatunde Akiolu. Abiola Ole was there and brought back this report and is presented from our studio.
As the general elections fast approaches, politicians have been moving around the country to sell their programs to the electorate. Not let out of the train is the All Progressive Congress presidential candidate Muhammadu Buhari, and other stalwarts of the party will pay the courtesy visit to the palace of the Lagos monarch Obariwan Akiolu the first before heading to Teslim Balogun venue of party's presidential rally in the state. Briefing the monarch on the programs of the party, Buhari and the national leader of the party, Bola Tinubu, highlighted insecurity, corruption as the major problems of the country. Buhari promised that if elected, his party will put in place structures that will put the country back on the path of development.
What APC has realized, which we have all experienced in the last 16 years, the consequences of which is insecurity, destruction of the economy, and unparalleled corruption, which has virtually denied Nigerian resources to improve other social services like education, healthcare, and do the infrastructure that help to get industries back, employment, goods and services.
Nigeria needs the rescue. We need your prayer and the prayer of our ancestors. Thank you for accepting us.
In his reaction, the Lagos Oba called on the politicians to ensure peaceful election as they cautioned security agents against being partisan.
The posting of police officers should not be made any political issue. Posting comes normally. Lagos is not Port Harcourt. You people should not have any fear. And the man that did it in Port Harcourt is able and capable to do what he should do. But I request all of you to cooperate fully with the army, the police, all the security agencies. None of them will ever, lie is more like they dare not. It is then I will show them who Obakelu is, who Gaidugoro is. Hallelujah. So people have been saying it is not so. It is that time they will know it is so.
The visit ended in a closed-door meeting with leadership of the party and Oba.
The People's Democratic Party has challenged the president candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Muhammadu Buhari, to a debate on any national or international media outfit. This was after APC pulled out of a debate organized by the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, citing bias of lead organizers. Spokesman for the PDP's Presidential Campaign Council, Femi Fani-Kayode, in a statement says the opposition party was only shielding its candidate from displaying his intellectual laziness to Nigerians and the rest of the world. He claimed the APC leaders recently confided in an international channel that they are only confident in the ability of his running mate, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. This PDP spokesman maintained the ruling party is convinced General Buhari does not have what it takes to sustain a coherent argument on issues of governance and development. Oba of Lagos, Rinwan Akiolu, has once again voiced his belief that the Lagos APC governorship candidate Akinwumi Ambode is the next governor of the state. Akiolu, who stated this at his Iga Idugaran Palace, says every eminent resident of Lagos have all agreed to give the needed support to Ambode to ensure his victory at the polls, based on what he calls the ability of APC standard bearer to build on the development Lagos has recorded since 1999.
My very self, with other right-thinking members, imams, bishops, and top prominent citizens of Lagos pick Akinwumi, and inshallah, it will be the next governor of this state to improve on what my son has done. But in the incoming dispensation, Lagos will never lag behind.
The Catholic Caritas Foundation of Nigeria has expressed fear over the possible outbreak of violence in the forthcoming general elections, with a call on citizens in volatile places to stockpile foods and other essential commodities in case shops are not open for some days. The CCFN, an organ of the Catholic Bishop Conference of Nigeria, also advised churches and mosques to set aside some funds to deal with the possible humanitarian crisis that may arise after the polls. The Executive Secretary of the CCFN and National Secretary of Justice Development and Peace Committee, Evaritus Basi, who disclosed this during a press briefing in Abuja, also advised Nigerians to be prepared to mitigate the impact of possible outbreaks of violence during the elections. Basi recalled several forms of humanitarian crisis already brewing in Nigeria, including the silent Sahel food crisis affecting the food and nutrition needs of Sokoto, Kebbi and Yobe State, and the post-flood humanitarian crisis, with many still to recover their livelihoods even after billions of nairas were collected. Meanwhile, the Catholic Church says it will deploy 4,889 observers in 23 states of the country who will stay back to observe the elections till the end. Let's go for a short break, and when we return, CoreTV News on Hour continues. To stay with us.
From time immemorial, women have birthed life, shaped character, and by extension, influenced the society. Moremi of Ife, Emoten of Benin, Queen Aminat of Zaria, all women of influence and power.
Whether it's before election, after election.
How ironical, women being so powerful, yet have few grounds in decision making.
They see you as a wife, and I see you as a wife to a man.
We are talking women in politics.
A woman will be bold enough to stand up and say, I want to become president of Nigeria.
Only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News and on Twitter @CoreTV News NG. For news updates and other programs, you can join us on our youtube.com/CoreTV the news. The Bauchi State Governor Issa Yugude has accused the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Bala Mohammed, of being sponsors of the youths who planted stones at President Goodluck Jonathan in Bauchi State. Yuguda made this known through his Deputy Chief Press Secretary, Dalami Babantanko, saying security reports indicated that the attacks on Jonathan convoy at the Bauchi People's Democratic Party presidential rally was masterminded by Abuja politicians. He said the FCT minister acted in a manner that offended the northern culture of respecting the elders and that he has betrayed Yuguda as a mentor. Asked if the feud between the governor and the minister will not mar the chances of PDP in the general elections, the Lami says the PDP in Bauchi belongs to Yuguda. A survey of eligible voters in Kaduna State indicates a 26% gap between the two leading governorship candidates in the state. The poll, conducted by the annual iPolls for Anam Foundation, a non-governmental organization, showed that the candidates of the All Progressive Congress, Nasir El-Rufai, is leading others with 46%, with Governor Mukhtar Yero on 20%. He, however, noted that 23% of respondents have not made up their minds on who to vote for and will be crucial to the outcome of the election. The survey results released in Abuja also showed that the youths between the ages of 18 and 29 and the working class between 30 and 60 are more inclined to vote for El-Rufai, while the senior citizens who fall in the age gap of 61 plus age group opted to back Governor Yero. Less than 3 weeks of general elections, the Kwara State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has kicked off its gubernatorial campaign in Moro, Kwara North. The campaign, graced by the Niger State candidate Omar Nasko, had Simon Ajibola promise the people of Kwara State an inclusive government if voted in. Rashid has more.
The race to Kwara Government House is getting more interesting, with the opposition party PDP kicking off its campaign in Moro local government area of the state. In his address, the chairman of the Kwara State PDP, Iyola Oyedepo, laments what he tagged as politics of godfatherism in practice in the state, as he charged the people of Kwara to vote PDP, as the party promises Kwara workers maximum working benefits and local government autonomy.
Workers in Kwara State will smile because for a long time, workers of Kwara State, they are the least paid in this country. Under our own government, it will not be so. Local government fund will no more be deducted because our governor has told us repeatedly that he's not going to touch the local government fund. Therefore, we want everybody to go and work very hard so that by the 14th day of February, Jonathan and Sambo will make it.
In his goodwill message, the Niger State governorship candidate Omar Nasko urged people of Kwara to maintain peace and allow peaceful conduct of the election.
We must be disciplined in our conduct. We must not allow ourselves to be provoked on the day of election, as this is only a sign of losers. We are not losers. We are winners. We are only setting out to regain a mandate which is rightly ours. And it's my earnest prayer that on the 29th of May, inshallah, because God, the Almighty, has already accepted our prayers.
The PDP governorship candidate Ajibola Simeon, on his part, vows to bring new development to the people of Kwara if elected as governor.
We bring in development, education, and equitable distribution of resources all over the health challenges, water supply, and infrastructural provisions like in areas of road network, both in urban and rural areas.
Brothers and sisters, we are for you and you are for us. Vote for us. We keep our promises. You know me very well. Even when I was there, I keep my promises. I discharge my duties without any fear or favor.
As the campaign train moves to another local government, the February 28th governorship election in Kwara is no doubt going to be what the people are looking out for. Rashid, CoreTV News, Moro.
Military Authority says top officers of the multinational joint task force are being quizzed on the loss of military base in Baga alongside the large consignment of arms and ammunition attached to the troops. Defense headquarters said through a series of tweets that the action is a normal military procedure in major operations. The military added the essence is to extract and collate relevant information for subsequent missions. It also noted the exercise could lead to or determine appropriate disciplinary actions or any of the officers found culpable. The new spokesman of the Nigerian Army has formally assumed office few days after his appointment. Colonel Sani Usman is the acting director, Army Public Relations, following the appointment of Brigadier General Olajide Laleye as the commander of the 4th Brigade in Benin City. Former Army spokesman is convinced the new man will excel in the face of current security challenges.
Precisely on the 7th January 2014, I took over the mantle of leadership as the Director of Army Public Relations, and it has been a very challenging and rewarding experience. I therefore most humbly thank the Chief of Army Staff for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to serve and to contribute my little quota in the development of the Nigerian Army in particular and our dear nation, Nigeria, in general. May I also appreciate the immense contribution of all the officers, men and staff of the Directorate who have worked tirelessly with me during the past 1 year in achieving the tremendous successes recorded by the Directorate. Indeed, you are a family which I am proud to belong. To the distinguished members of the 4th Estate of the Realm, that is the gentlemen of the press, I cannot appreciate you enough for your unflinching support and professional conduct throughout my tenure as Director of Army Public Relations.
I'm conscious of the expectations and the demands of the Office of the Acting Director of Army Public Relations, and I promise to do my best and to be loyal and dedicated.
We'll take another break and we'll return. This time it will be outside Nigeria. Just stay with us.
Every day, every hour, and every minute, news break in Nigeria. Things happen so fast, it's most times difficult to track and comprehend them. But that's what we do right here on Digit 360. 2015, would you want to come back again?
It's like asking Jesus Christ if he knew he was going to die, will you want to come back as the savior of the world again?
We do not just help you track the stories, we break them down, explore all the angles, analyze the issues so that you can fully comprehend the stories and use them to make the right decisions.
Welcome back to the news. Jordan and Japan will work closely on Friday to find out what happened to 2 of their nationals being held by the Islamic State after a deadline passed for the release of a would-be suicide bomber being held on death row in Amman. Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe said every effort was being made to secure the release of journalist Kenji Goto. Abe told a parliamentary panel they are gathering and analyzing information while asking for cooperation from Jordan and other countries making every effort to free Kenji Goto. Meanwhile, Jordan said on Thursday it was still holding the Iraqi woman prisoner as a deadline passed for her release set by Islamic State militants who threatened to kill the Jordanian pilot unless she was handed over by sunset. An audio message purportedly from Ghouta said the pilot will be killed if Jordan did not free Sajida Rishawi in jail for her role in 2005 suicide bomb attack that killed 60 people in Jordanian capital Amman. And that's it on the news on the hour. Do join us at the top of the hour for more. I am Sabina Izuki. Thank you very much indeed.